What was the secret and the kind of management tricks and techniques that enable you guys to do that?
Tying it back to the acquisition, one story I can give you is that beyond all the other reasons I gave you that were part of the strategy document that we had to write to send it to Satya and then for Satya to go to the Microsoft board and ultimately get approval for the deal. One additional thing was in fact AI and saying we believe there's a future where we can train AI models on the graph is, I think, what we called it, of all the source code that is stored on GitHub, but also on the relationships between the developers, how they work together. And so in 2018, obviously, we didn't know anything about Copilot, but AI was certainly a reason to do the deal. Comes 2020, and in the meantime, Microsoft had invested into OpenAI. I think that was in mid-2019. And GPT-3 was on the horizon, and we got early access because of the partnership between Microsoft and OpenAI. And we played with the model, just like today you play with a new model whenever a new one comes out, which feels like it's every other day. And we ask it, to write methods like prime number detection, sorting algorithms, those coding exercises, if you will. In fact, through that process, we looked at our own coding exercises that we use for our interview loops. And I think we collected about 230 or so of them and ran them through the model, which then was called Codex. So OpenAI fine-tuned a model based on the open source code on GitHub and other sources. And I think there's a paper still on some of these ARVIX or whatever the page is called that describes exactly how Codex was trained. I think the model was able, with multiple attempts, to solve more than 90% of these coding exercises, of these 230 coding exercises. And that, ultimately gave us the confidence we can build a product here.